welcome to another edition of Showcase TV. I am your gracious host, Ebony. Today we have an awesome artist here today. Stay tuned to find out who he is.
Welcome to the showcase, baby. The showcase. Righteous mind. It's your time to shine. The showcase. Righteous mind. It's your time to shine. The showcase.
Welcome back to the Showcase. Today I introduce to you Nate. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Very good, very good, very good. So I see here you have your getup on, your mime. Now I don't want to say that it's a dying, art, but we don't see a lot of that here today. So tell me a little bit, how did you get into miming?
Wow, I've been dancing really all my life.
Okay.
I took tap up, did African, I did modern and all that. But what happened, I went through a homeless thing and I was brought to life, and then I came back too. When I came back into the performing and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm a veteran, so I get involved with this thing called National Veteran Creative Art Festival.
Okay.
Every year, and it's like a competition with veterans from all over the world, not the world, all over the United States. And, you singers, dancers, whatever, and the art that you got, even down to writing, poem, and acting. Now, what's going on, what happened, 2011, I did an entry, and I wanted to do something different. Mm-hmm. I was brought to life, and I wanted to bring a song to life. But I remember back in the day, Marcel, and Charlie Chapman, and all the other great minds that was going on. And I said, I want to try that. So I went to the store, I went to Party City, threw some makeup on, and I got hooked ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your service, by the way. You were in the Army for
Yes.
several years.
Yes,
Several years. And I know that you were born in VA,
Yeah.
but that you've been up in New York for about 24 years, so right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I know you're also associated with other organizations. There's an organization, in Pennsylvania, where you teach youth about miming. How did
Yes.
you get in contact with them and decide to get affiliated with them?
Wow. Her name is Linda Vega, and I used to be at San Casino, and I met her cousin, but I was always traveling back and forth in New York doing events, shows and etc. And then she introduced me to her cousin Linda, and Linda Vega got a nonprofit organization, and it's called Relic, and she does stuff, major stuff for the community, and she's all about the youth, and she does spoken word. So we did a thing, an anti-bullying thing, and she did the spoken word, I did the mime. I mimed the spoken word, and we had another person doing sign language. It was 3 different artists on stage telling the same story. And after that, she started saying, yo, you got to do something with it. This is crazy. So the school board started reaching out to her, and she did a summer program where we teach kids like 6 weeks, and had to do mime. And they loved it. It was crazy. I didn't know, kids, you got to get them out that phone. Once you get them out that phone, that's a whole other world. So we got them on the phone, and they got into their mime, and they loved it to the point that we did it again in the second year. And now, I did another school last year just passed, and now I'm in the program with Guadalupe. We're doing a year program for them again this year, and I'm enjoying it. When you get these young people, like, honestly, when they love something, they real. They love it.
Yes.
The same way like these phones, they love it. You know what I mean? So once you get them to get into something and use their mind, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's money can't buy that, and that's true.
Right.
That's right.
How long have you been doing this?
Doing mine since 2011.
Okay, but with the program, how long have you been teaching the youth?
I've been doing now, this will be second year.
Okay, so still fresh. Are you just exclusive to Pennsylvania? Do you plan on doing, any instruction, any instruction courses here in New York or
Hey, man.
expanding?
Whatever door open up for me, I'm gonna take it. Whatever way
Right.
that somebody want me to come to them and talk to them or remind for them or whatever, because I like, you know, inspired but never giving up, and that's my favorite thing. And any kind of way inspiring and have somebody, you know, become themselves. And I'm with it. So if somebody always want me to come through or do something to the kids or the Mime or even just do it motivated speaking or speak, you know, I'm there. I'm open to it because you got to give them back. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm performing all over, whatever. You know, I didn't get Bahamas and I can go on and and all over. But I like giving back. So any door it open up for me to reach out. I love young people, man. They're real. You want them to be the next president, we don't know. But we don't know until we talk to them.
Is it hard to teach them and try to get them really, you know, attracted to the idea of doing mime? I actually had an opportunity of learning mime years ago for Alvin Ailey, but I didn't want to do that because I was trained in, you know, ballet, tap, and interpretive, and all these dances. And they said, well, those classes are closed. How about you do mime? And I said, I don't want to do that. Who does mime? You know, but in hindsight, that would have been something awesome to do. You know, it can involve you in so many other crafts, you know, like, is it just hard to get kids, like, interested in it? You know, because they're used to just, what you see on TV, just,
Yeah, that's a fact.
it's more than that, right? How do you get them into it? How do you?
You know what I do? I find out what their favorite move is. I find out who they are, and when I do choreograph, when we choreograph with them, I let them tell me how would you interpret this statement? How would you bring it? I get them to open up to show me how would you move, and what's your favorite move in the house that you do, and I take everything that they got, and by making them usually and coming to me and showing me they loving it. So sometimes I don't even have to instruct them because they come up with their own stuff. You know what I mean? It's okay, you want to do that? Okay, let me see. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, we got that. So that's how it works. That's why I've been doing this, and it's been working pretty good.
Okay, so it's very individual.
Yeah, you know, bring them in so that way everybody have a little piece of the, when they do the performance, everybody got a little piece. We did a step team, the last one I worked with, and we taught the step team how to do mine. So we took the step team and we used their steps, plus we mimed the song with it. So in between, it came from step, mime, let me take you know?
Right,
And it was crazy, and after that, then other schools opened, so I'm not going to doors.
Okay. Do you have any clips of this, or can we see this like on YouTube or anywhere, you know, other examples of your artistry?
Most, well, I have a YouTube page myself. It's Nate Moran, oh no, Real School 1, I'm going to say my website. Real School 1, Nate Moran Entertainment. But most of my stuff is on my website, natemime.com. And if you go to the Relic, relic.com, that's when you'll see me with the kids, because she put everything on there, the pictures, the videos, and it's cool. I really enjoy it.
Okay. And you say you performed everywhere. I know you performed in Germany.
Yeah, I was in Mannheim. I did, matter of fact, I was all over Germany. My last performance was in Mannheim, Germany, but that's when I did Frosting Season, I did Worms, I did like 30 days all over Germany, this back in the day, and then, you know, I went through my thing, I fell off and went to homeless, whatever, but, you know, I want to go back. I got to, man, Europe, man, I love Europe.
It's a different world, huh?
What? Man, I have a ball over it, man. It's like, and the thing about it, you know, they open with your art, they accept your art, you know, and it's a beautiful thing, you know, it's kind of hard to describe. We be here all day talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I enjoy it.
Okay. What else do you have in the pipe works? Like, what else are you working on?
Okay, well, I'm just, Miss Ketchel Williams. Ketchel Williams is in Tyler Perry, Diary of a Black Woman play. She also was in a Color Purple play. She does a Little Youth Peace March every year. In October, we go to DC and do performances. Well, right now she's got a, what's it called, reality TV show coming up. And I'm going to be involved with her with that, because I do a lot of her music. You know, she does gospel, so I perform a lot of her stuff. And, you know, I do her music. I got, wow, so much, man. Next weekend I'm going to be back here in Huntington doing another TV show. And it's so much. It's like this is CMG Fashion Week. I'm doing that as well. I'm hosting and performing for that one. That will be February 9th in Skyline Hotel, and then I'll do it again September 15th. And then we was going to Paris in October, and then from Paris, then we was going to Dubai. And I'm doing that with them. I'm in a movie coming out called Keys. Well, I'm not miming it, you know what I mean? I'm in a movie called Keys. It's going to should come out the 21st of January. The red carpet's then. With, and I might get Remember the TV show in Staten Island. And she does a lot of shows like, you know, like you said, remember this rock and sock robot, you remember this kind of stuff. She bring you back to remember days, old school days, and I do a lot of shows with her, with Caleb T. Johnson. He's an R&B singer, but he went gospel, and then he back to R&B, he got his own record label. It's
a lot. Got your hands all in the pot.
Oh man, come on, man, it's blessings. I told you I was homeless, 11 years ago, I was a homeless veteran, and I was in the streets of New York for 2 years, and I went through peeling my socks off and sleeping in the snow, and guys upstairs, you know, I remember Evans Field, I'm on the rooftop sleeping, and the young guys shook me down, baseball bat, they didn't want me to sleep, and Wingate, they jumped, because I was trying to sleep on 40s, I went through all that, I seen death and all that. So now, because I went through all that stuff, it made me become who I am, and you know, so somebody asked me one time, they said, would you change anything about what you went through? And I said, nah, because by me going through, you know, it made me become, you know, the humbleness, whatever, you know, it made me become who I am. You know, a lot of people, it's deep, you know, we all have a story.
Right.
You know, and I learned one thing too, it's about you have to learn to respect each other. You know, before I went home to my homeless thing, you know, I came out of the military and I had an attitude because I was still young and, you know, I got tired of people telling me. So I had a temple and I went through everything. I went through all kinds of stuff. I went to training, I started training. Then I went to the boys in Colorado and I can go on and on, but then I was like, why me? And then I was like, all that, you built your story, you built your character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I went. I'm glad I got this. And now it's about grabbing, like, appreciate God being on the show. I really am. Because it's one hand wash the other, one hand wash the face.
Yes.
You know, we grab each other by the, you know, we all grow. When you go there, me, it's about how much money I got, and me, how much I got. It's not, you can't, you know. I saw a thing that said, Bob Marley said, it's a poor man only have money. He ain't about money all the time.
Right. Yeah, everyone doesn't understand that.
You know, you can have $1 million houses, man, and you still poor.
Indeed.
So, this was a lot, yeah.
And on that note, we will be right back. Stay tuned.
The showcase. I just mine. It's your time.
Welcome back. Thanks for coming back to us and tuning in to the Showcase TV. I'm here with Moran. Now listen, Nate, I want to get a little deep with you.
Okay.
Now, we talked about the fact that you are a veteran. Once again, thank you for your service.
Okay.
We also discussed the fact that you fell on hard times.
Yeah.
And you were homeless for 2 years, 11 years ago. Now, before we get into that, I want to ask you, do you have any feelings about serving in the military? You know, because when you hear about the military, you know, oh, join the Army, join this, you know, this unit, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that. But when you came out, you fell on hard times. Like, do you have any feelings about that? You know, some people come out and, you know, they get these blue-collar jobs. Some people come out and, you know, they're working on Wall Street and they've got it made. And then there's another, you know, portion that it didn't work out that way.
Well, that's a good question. The reason I say it's a good question because, see, each individual, each person, right, have their own thing. You know, with the military, it's like right now, okay, I'm fighting my benefits right now. Yeah, I came out and I'm trying to get, you know, they say I'm disabled, but actually I was in Germany, but I get 0%. Okay. You know, all these people are saying, I'm going to do this for the veterans, and I'm going to do this for the veterans, and I'm going to do this for the veterans. And I sit back and say, wow, you know, a lot of veterans are still out here. You know, I said, I do that show, non-veteran, National Veteran Rock Festival, so I get involved in the competition, and so blessed, I've been winning since 2009, and I've been getting a chance to, they kick with the veterans. And you got guys like 18 years old and 21 years old losing their legs and, coming back and then they're still fighting for money. And, that's the stuff that mess with me, I'll be honest with you. And what messed with me as well is, keep it real, and then it's small but big. You go into a store and say, excuse me, do you give a military discount? They said no. The veterans, if one for a veteran, this country, people dying for this country.
Right.
You can't give them at least 5%.
Right. Land
You can't take off for it. You can't. You got guys out here right now. When I was out there, I remember, homeless and brothers out here really, can't get no benefits, man. They can't. And then they fall to the drinking because they trying to buy a smile. Because that's what I did. I don't front. I used to go to the liquor store and say, let me buy a smile. And you reach out and then you find out that they got some organization giving people money over here.
Right.
So he said, oh, you better knock on that door. And they said, your ID, I'm a veteran, show your ID. I ain't gonna call the spot. I could see the building and everything when I went there and I'll never forget it. And they said, you from this country? I said, yeah. And they said, we can't.
Wow. So you serve and you put your life on the line and they have
messed
all these
me up.
benefits. But it's not for you.
Yeah, they give them.
You're not eligible.
Because I'm from this country.
Wow. Wow.
So, I went through, that. So that's deep with me, But then everybody got a story, you know what I mean? So everybody got their own path, too. Luckily, I was blessed to come out.
Yeah.
I remember, and luckily, now let me come back to on the flip side. When I did decide, I went to Northport VA, and they had a Salvation Army there. And I laid up for 30 days, and then I went through a program to help me get myself together. And then I worked with them, and they worked with me and got me back on my feet. So there is some help out there. But now I heard that the Salvation Army they have out there, they closed it. So now, where do people go now? You know what I mean? So it bounced back and forth. It's deep with me. We can talk for a while because I got a lot of stuff I'm still trying to figure out with it. I'm proud that I went in the military. I'm glad I went in the military because it helped me make a man. I remember my grandma when I left, she said, I hate to see you leave, but I'm glad to see you go. Because I started hanging with the wrong crowd, So it made a man of me, it helped me get a foundation, it helped me travel the world free. Meet people who I would never dream of meeting from out, Germany.
Yeah.
I remember I tell my grandma, and I said, well, grandma raised me. That was my dad, everything. And I said, Grandma, I'm going to California one day. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, I was a little dude. And then when I got stationed in Fort Ord, Monterey, California, I said, yo, my dad tell me to California one day. See, that's what the military did. On that flip side, the good stuff, they traveled, and I met a lot of good people in the military, and we families, a bond. I learned unity. Before I went in the military, I was down south here, I was in Virginia, so I remember when they first started busing schools and putting everybody together, and I remember those days. So when I went in the military, I didn't know how I was going to be because I came from that.
Right.
But by the military, it showed me how to be unity. They didn't care about the color of your skin. They didn't care about where you came from. They didn't care about if you had one eye in the middle of your head. You know what I mean? It was family.
Right.
And that's where I carry me to this day. I respect each and every one. I don't care if it's orange, purple, two torch, you know what I'm saying? You're a person, man, we believe, we walking, we family, we real, and I'm gonna shake your hand and respect you, whether you take it or not, but I'm gonna get that love, because my grandma said, like, you should go again, she said, treat people real and be treated.
Yes.
And that's what the world needs to, even with the military, because you do that to people, but there are sons in the military, the ones who deny these things. They got a cousin, somebody that was in the military. Your neighbor that they grew up was in the military somehow. So listen, they got to find a way, just looking about it. People chat. You gotta do it.
Right. Yeah, it's more about doing. Yeah, stop talking, just do it.
Man, let's do it.
Let's do
People
it.
say, I got you. You know even that word, you hear that word, right? I got got you. I'm gonna put you. I got you. Don't just give me.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Come on, man. I got you. Yeah, all right, baby.
Right.
Peace.
Say
You know what I'm
sounds
saying?
nice.
Yeah. See, I'm real good. I'm ready. I got you.
Yeah. So let's go back to how people can find you.
My website is natethemime.com. My Facebook is Nate Moran. You see a picture of a silhouette with a guy taking his head off with lunch backdrop. That's me because I never changed that. That's my head, taking my head off to the world. I never changed my profile because I respect the world of people. You know, I love people sometimes better than themselves. And the other thing is my Instagram is Nate Moran Performer. Email moran.nathaniel@yahoo.com.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Sounds good. Now, I'm going to ask you one more favor. I'm going to ask you to bless our stage and give us a dose of your miming techniques. Would you show us your artistry?
Oh, man.
Okay, we're going to be right back, and Nate is going to share his art with the rest of us. See you in a sec.
Can we still do it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Tell me, I know you got at least one single that's out.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. What's it called?
That's Let Me Be Great. That song is moving. You can find that song on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud. It's around. So that song, I got another song called My Type of Time. You can also find that on the streaming sites. And I got some dope freestyles.
Oh, yeah?
Dope.
Dope? I don't know, you can't say all that. I'm going to right now. You know, I'm a little greedy.
It's a freestyle I got called Preach. That's on YouTube. Another one is called Verbal Intercourse. That one is on SoundCloud. I'm going to put that up on YouTube shortly. It's going to be up real soon. So those freestyles right there, crazy. And that's just like something that like, let me do this.
To the showcase, baby. The showcase. Righteous mind. It's your time to shine. The showcase. Righteous mind. The showcase. Righteous mind. It's your time to shine. The showcase.
Time to shine, make you go blind with glittering fame. I'm blowing up your radio stations, remember my name. I'm never ever going back inside the door that I came. I'm thinking like a